Liverpool supporters, but we won't be talking about Liverpool. Yes, let's say hello first to the man we call Coach Bex. He is Bekim Pilonyoni. Coach Bex, it's always good when you're around.
Good afternoon, CNN.
Right, and I already told you they are both Liverpool supporters. The other one is a man we call Jose here at ZBC Pocket Hill. Let's say hello to Joseph Nkani.
Yes, thank you, CNN. It's good to be here. You never walk alone. But today we're not going to talk about the defending champions. We are here to talk about two teams that have two clearly defined agendas and mission coming into this game. Today it's a game where both teams are demanding 3 points. So it's going to be a serious argument.
Serious argument indeed, like we told you. Scotland are number 2 on 53, and Manica Diamonds are number 11 on 33. And remember, from number 9 to number 17, they are still in danger of relegation. So that's from Highlanders, who are number 9, down to number 17, Green Fuel. Of course, number 18 are already gone. That's Kwekwe United. And so sad. The Gold Boys were trying to dig for the priceless mineral, but it didn't happen, and they're out of the Premiership. But they're left to try and come back next season. Right. These two teams have met only once this season, only once at Sakuva Stadium, and it ended goalless, 0-0. So it's all to play for. And we were looking at the lineup of Scotland that has been selected by their coach Stanza Tonderai Ndiraya. My word, he's going for the jugular. Coach Bex, we were looking at this lineup, and it's awesome.
Yes, I think for the first time since Knowledge Msona came, for the first time we're having Knowledge Msona, his young brother Msona, the billiard being in the first 11. Machope also in the first 11. That one its one tells you Tonde have realized he has lost it in the Chibuku Trophy. There is nothing, no medal to look at. The only medal which he is looking at the moment is the championship in the league. And the best way to make sure that he shows his seriousness for that is to use his top quality which he has. The best players whom he has had for some time, where he has been using some is from the bench whatsoever. But today he has said, here are my main ammunitions who are supposed to carry Scotland to the championship, and the start is today with the squad which he has brought. I'm sure that's the main first 11 for Scotland, which means that the coach and everyone in Scotland are looking at it and say we need to start with the game against Manica and be on top and try to make sure we continue from there.
Listen, the front three could be a warrior setup. You got the two Musonas, that's the smiling assassin, Knowledge, Walaza, Walter Musona, and Kamaldinho, Billiard. You could be looking at the Warriors starting. So it's really awesome. But Manica Diamonds, with their head coach, the man they call Scolari, that's Tafadzwa Mashiri, because he's a staunch admirer of the former Brazilian head coach, Big Phil Scolari, who won the World Cup with Brazil back in 2002. He knows that he's got a game on his hands, and he's rallying his troops to go forward. And they're not short on experience. They've got Evans Katema. Remember, he was with Dynamos, dreadlocked. They also have Emmanuel Paga. He was with Dynamos. He's there. They've got Anelka Chivandire. They've got perhaps the most experienced player in their ranks. That's Farai Banda. So, Jose, listen, yes, Scotland have put out this awesome lineup, but Scolari, that's Tafadzwa Mashiri, can handle it. He thinks he can handle it.
And I think I can agree with that notion in CNN that he can handle it. Because if you look at their last 7 games, Manica Diamond, that is, they haven't lost a league match in their last league match, 7 league matches. Wow. Of course, they lost in Ichibuku against Triangle, fine. But their league run, their streak in the league has been impressive. They haven't lost a league match in their last 7 games. And in those last 7 games, they've kept 3 clean sheets. So which speaks of a team that is solid defensively, and there is a team that you need to break the bank for you to score against them. That's right. And if I looked at their trend is Manica Diamond doesn't concede more than 2 goals in a game. But now what becomes more interesting is Scotland is scoring goals for fun.
That's right, they are.
Yeah,
Especially with Toro.
Timon
Machope.
Machope, who's been scoring almost in every league match except the one that he fired a blank against Simba Bora 2 weeks ago. But here I'm talking about Manica Diamond, who is a team that is solid at the back. So I think what they need now is to sharpen their up front and get one odd goal or two so that they secure games. But don't underrate Manica Diamond. They can actually upset Scotland this afternoon.
Right, we got a game on our hands. Right, how did the two teams arrive at Rufaro Stadium? We always like to build it up for you. And there, Mabviravira arriving at Rufaro Stadium. Kumbile Zuku, splendor and everything painted, glossy, and the expensively assembled team that is owned, of course, by the Honorable Pedzisai Scott Sakupkanya. And they know they have to win this one, Coach Bex.
Yes, definitely they know they have to win that one. And if you look at the way, as we're talking about the way they are lined up, it tells you they really need goals, because up front they also have got Tsukamanja. So it's like you've got knowledge, Tsukamanja, Machope, Billiard. The options for goals are, they have the options for goals, and I'm sure that's exactly what the coach wants. And you can see from their lineup, I think for the first time they've got an attacking lineup more than a lineup which is for defensive, because even in the midfield they've got Tsukamanja, who is playing is behind the strikers, but helping, but trying to go up as well and try to make sure he helps in scoring.
The Gem Boys are arriving at Mbile's Rufaro Stadium, digging for more diamonds. Will they be reached today after around about 5 o'clock? That is the big question. As you heard from Jose, they have not lost in a league game the last 7 encounters. So this one, they will be hoping that it won't be any different. Like I told you, in terms of experience, they are not short on that. And their coach, Scolari Tafadzwa Mashiri, knows all about it. He knows how to defend as well. And boy, oh boy, will those guys at the rear guard have some defending to do, especially against perhaps the finest player in the country at the moment, Toro, Timon Machope, Jose.
Yes, Scotland have a job in their hands. And another thing that you want to notice also is that the good away form.
You mean Manica Diamond have a job on their hands? Yeah.
Manica Diamond, their last 5 away games, they haven't lost a game.
Wow.
Yes, they've actually drawn 3 times and won twice when they beat Tel One, as well as they've had 4 draws.
They have 4
draws. 4 draws
win.
and one win.
All right.
Their away record. So they are very good travelers. So I think we have a game in our hands.
A game on. Definitely it's game on. Right, what we always like to give you is an insight right here into the coaches' minds. And yes, again, we will do it for you. And our crew was there earlier, of course. Earlier on, talked to the two head coaches, Stanza Tonderai Ndiraya and Scolari Tafadzwa Mashiri. And Stanza had this to say. Take a listen.
We can't deny the fact that we are in for the championship. So, yeah, still a long way. 4 teams are still in the mix, including ourselves. So, yeah, we are really fighting for the title. All our players are there. I think today we've done it differently. If you look at our lineup, we have put almost all our national team players in the starting 11. So that should be interesting. We want to see how they perform today. So about 6 of them, but 5 of them are forwards. But we have really played around with
the home stretch to the finish, and we are in the relegation mix, yes, and we are giving it our all such that we survive. Come 2 of our players who missed Shibuko quarterfinal, Lawrence Masbera and Jeffrey Takunda, who both had groin, but today they are fit and they are starting. If things do not go well, you need to make changes, and Another factor is that we see the kind of opponent that we are facing and we prepare and set the team accordingly.
Those two gaffers, first Stanza Tondera Indiraya, and later on the Scolari, that's Tafadzwa Mashiri. So we are all set for this one. And tomorrow, we've got some crackers of matches as well. On Saturday, we'll be talking about that a bit later. The teams that are haunted by relegation all need to win. And I'm talking about the Highlanders, Makepekepe, Dimbari, Green Fuel, all of them, ZPC Kariba Safe, and all those down there, Yada. And yes, as we take a look at the warm-ups there, Jose, and we're not going to talk about the ceremonial home of football. Scotland warming up here, Jose, and they want to emulate what happened back in 1984 when Black Rhinos were the first and only team to do it, coming into the top flight their first year and winning the league title. They want to do that.
Yes, I think Scotland have a chance to emulate that record, the inimitable record set by Black Rhinos back then. Right now, if they win today, they actually go up on top of the log. And I'm sure thereafter, even psychologically, mentally, it then spurs you on to protect your position at the top of the log. So yes, they have a good chance, hoping also that they'll pick up some points even in the remaining games, and also hoping that Simba Bora will falter, which at the moment, Simba Bora are not looking like they will falter. So it's a good argument, it's a good race, and I think we've gone for a long time now without having such a situation, such a tightly contested race in the league title as well as the relegation title. So Scotland, yes, they are in with a shout.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I've actually done my research, Jose, and it's the first time in the Premiership since 1993 when we started the Premiership that we've had a situation with about 5 or so games to go that we've had like 9 teams facing relegation, and only those above them, and the title race being so close. Because now it's no longer a 2-horse race, because Ngezi, Platinum, and Moss are back in it. So it's a 4-horse race. It has never happened, Coach Beck.
Yes, it has never happened. I think it's really exciting. Mm-hmm. And also, like when we look at Manica, we're talking about the attackers, those who will give them the goals. I think they have got Charles Teteguru, they have Emmanuel Mandiranga. He has all the experience. He played here, he played in Mozambique and back during the window back to Manica, and I think is helping with some firepower. And we see up front also they've got Tino Tenda, Musari Ranwa, Fomangez, the striker. So with that, I'm sure they will try to push as Mutlanga, former FC Platinum.
The cigarette.
Yes.
They call him the cigarette.
So they have got the experience, and their captain, Farai Banda, I'm sure he has been really marshalling their team very well. And as Jose has indicated, the results which they have achieved in the last 5 league games, I think it's really encouraging when we look at it from the league point of view, where they have managed, especially it was like a surprise to hear that they managed to beat Tel One in Gweru, because Tel One has been doing very well, especially at home. It has been very difficult to beat, and they managed to beat them. So from that point of view, that they have done well away from home, what it means is even today they are coming to Scotland and trying to make sure that they surprise them and shock them if all goes according to their plan.
Oh, really? Yes. In case you heard me say, Lawrence Mutlanga, as he was saying, Coach Bex, and I added his nickname, the cigarette. No, he's not a chain smoker. He's nicknamed that because they say when he marks you, it's like a cigarette is burning at both your feet. That's how that nickname came about when he was still a chicken in. Lawrence Mutlanga, a former Warriors defender, still as tough as teak. So the two Musonas will have to reckon, and Timon Machope as well, they'll have to reckon with the cigarette. Be careful of being burnt. So we've really got something on our hands. And I have to remind you, if you didn't know, on Sunday, we will be bringing to you live the Battle of Harare, the Harare Derby that exploded into life back in 1976. It's still going on. We will be bringing to you live. Caps United, Makepe Kepe, the Green Machine, Kepe Kepe Bora, taking on Tazunguza, 7 million. And Mazoano, yeah, 15 million. Dynamos are taking on Makepe Kepe at Rofaro Stadium. So don't miss that one. But for now, we are talking about Scotland taking on Manica Diamonds, the Gem Boys. Right, what we're going to do now, yes, we are crossing over to Rofaro Stadium. Just quickly, guys, scoreline?
Scoreline.
Coach Bex?
2-1 to Scotland.
2-1 to Scotland. Jose?
1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. 2-1 to Scotland, Coach Bex. 1-1 draw, Jose. And remember, they are both Liverpool supporters. We are crossing over now to join the two colleagues in the commentary box. I'm talking about the man we call DJ Stanley Katsande. We're sitting alongside Ginola Willie Mtingwa. It's Scotland versus Manica Diamonds. We'll be talking to you at halftime.
A very good afternoon to you all and welcome to Rufaro Stadium, where Scotland, the home team Mapiravira, are hosting Manica Diamonds, the team from Mutare, the Diamond Miners. Who wins today is the question on everyone's lips, and of course, your guess will be as good as mine. Scotland today in all black, and Mapiravira in white tops and yellow bottoms. Before the action, let's pause for the national anthem. Of course, inspires everyone into action, the players, the match officials, the fans, and of course, the commentators and the technical team behind the scenes will feel inspired to do their jobs to the maximum. The traditional handshake takes place between these two teams, with Manica Diamonds going across to meet Scotland. And of course, the match officials, the man in the middle this particular afternoon is Lloyd Mapanje, assisted by Pearson Zokonera. Amos Ndoro will be on the far side as the second assistant referee, with Nelson Mekins. The list today is Mr. Brighton Mudzamiri, a veteran referee who has been to the World Cup, the AFCONs, you name it, he's been there. And he will be monitoring the performance of the match officials this afternoon. The toss is done. In a moment, we'll be getting ready to play. Scotland have deployed what would be one of their best lineups in so many matches, because according to the coach, we would like to give it our best shot in the first 45 minutes. Kingston Leremba alongside Knowledge Msona, with Kama Billiard at the top of the midfield triangle. Peter Mdua, God knows Murwira, Kevin Moyo, and of course on the left hand side will be Albert Manenji. Terence Zukamanja starts in a long time. He's always been appearing as a substitute. There is Manica Diamonds completing their pre-match ritual. Teddy Asbaye keeps goal for Manica Diamonds, but of course a number of changes have been rung here by Machiri. The likes of Chipo David and Cleve Zungai, Nigel Pindiki, Demirai are all dropped, and in comes Lawrence Masibera. Asur Bande stays in the side. Rainsen Pamari is in the starting lineup, as Busisa Ndlovu has also taken a place in the starting 11, with Emmanuel Mandrang joining the attack of Tinotenda Murasiranwa. A very strong side that's been thrown in by Manica Diamonds. 5 changes, and the only enforced one, Willie, is that of Brett Amidu, who is not we're not here this afternoon because of suspension.
Yes, Brett Amidu, has the accumulation of yellow cards forced him to miss this crucial match. This is very, very crucial for both sides, Stanley. Consider that Manica Diamonds that are involved in that 9-team relegation dogfight. Of course, the 10th team, Coca United, have already been relegated. And for Scotland FC, a win today will catapult them top of the Premiership League because of the inactivity of Simba Bora, the local leaders, who are traveling to Eswatini to play Singizini Hotspurs in the Cup Champions League.
And of course, we wish Simba Bora the best of luck. They are carrying a 1-0 lead from the first leg played in Francistown, Botswana. They won that one by 1-0. And hopefully this weekend they'll continue from where they left off as they try to win and play in the second round of the Champions League in Africa. The referee, Lloyd Mapanje, will soon get us underway. Scotland will be playing from right to left, and Manica Diamonds from left to right. That is their defending the goal. Away to our right, that is the Mbare end, Scotland, and they will have to be at their best this afternoon, because Chandana Indiraya has given the team a bit of a license to go and fight for 3 points. That's a ball played into touch, with Manica Diamonds clearly showing that they are not going to allow Simba Bora to play their free-flowing football. Some crunch tackles have already been shared. Here is Zukamanja. Walter Msona. It's taken away from him. Mureremba can't get to it. Now this is an opportunity for Zbusiso, but this one is pushed too far, and that will go all the way to the far side. The throw is taken quickly. It's guided back to Peter Mdua. His long effort doesn't go very far, and Mureremba has done well to win this one and finds Manenji. Albert Manenji Kama Bilias trying to screen that one past his marker. He fails. And Jeffrey Takunda doing a good job. And he's asked it to do so again, but again picked up by Kama Bilias. This one is too far from goal, and I don't think Kama Bilias made the right decision. I'm sure Tundra Indirai will agree with me. He's a very composed man. You'll never know whether he's upset or happy, as he keeps a close eye on proceedings this afternoon. Zikamanja shifting from possession from the near side as the left-sided centre-back for Scotland. Manenji. Machope, a lovely touch to find Kama Bilias, who tries to cross but easily dealt with. And it comes to the near side. The clearance is long, and this one will roll into touch. That's Takut Gomashiri, Manica Diamonds coach. Was very disappointed with how his team played, but this is, oh, he's there! Walter Msona. It didn't look threatening at all, but of course the shot was so strong and in off the side netting. 1-0 Scotland. It's Walter Msona. Willie.
Yeah, good strike by Walter Msona there, but I'm sure the goalkeepers caught unaware there. He was flat-footed. You see his reaction in following up that shot in the back of the net. Good strike, however, from Walter Msona, but I expected Thaddeus Baye to do much, much better there. And early as the 30 minutes, Manica Diamonds are already trailing by 1 goal to nil. As you see, Peter Mdua there with Thunder and Dirai. There's the goal against them.
Machope doing so well, and Msona, first time effort. What a shot. And Thaddeus Baye will not want to have a look at this one, because I think he will be partly to blame. But of course, don't take anything away from Walter Msona. The Zimbabwe international saw the gap and took advantage. 1-0, Mark Viravira in the lead. Rupande after the restart. Picked in the middle of the park. Rainsam Pavari, who came on as a substitute last weekend, is now wearing the captain's armband. And that one has rolled into touch. It'll be a throw to Viravira. It's a long one. Knowledge Msona directing operations from the middle of the park. Tandera Ndiraya changing his role. Lovely turn by the youngster. The young Msona looking for Mreremba. It's Kama Bilias and flicks it over. That will be a goal kick. Of course, Ashiri feels that he should get near his players and reinforce his instructions. Here's the long clearance from Parai Banda. Good tackle there, but taken away. Shanga Lawrence. Manica Diamonds in possession, releasing it from Zofu. It's played across field with Masbera. He didn't play last weekend. He's back from injury now. Rupande, the diminutive left back. Farai Banda. And it's guided all the way back to the goalkeeper. Thaddeus Baye beaten in the 3rd minute by Walter Msona. It's 1-0 in favour of Maviravira, Scotland. This one is picked up on the far side. Teguru Charles slips it to Jeffrey Takunda. Ball played through, and again Maviravira block it. Comes all the way back to Rupande. Jeffrey Takunda. Farai Banda. Masibera. This is Mshanga. I tried a dummy there. It was a clever one, but well read by Albert Manenji. He's no slouch at the back. You have to do a lot to beat him. It's only Emmanuel Ziocha or Fasimba Bora who managed to get past him with consummate ease. Another throw on the near side. As they take the throw from the near touchline, Emmanuel Maniranga, tightly monitored, usually very reliable, and that's a late tackle on a Scotland player.
Kamabiliat.
Lawrence Mhlanga apologizing. That was late and the boot was too high. He is lucky that the ref is in a good mood. He gets away with the stand talking to, and Mashiri should be happy with that. Otherwise it would have put his defender under pressure. Let's go, says the ref. Kevin Moyo dummies once or twice before playing it downfield. Machope has got a touch. And I think the ref has spotted an infringement. Has given possession back to Simba Bora. Chedias Baye hides it to Farai Banda. Toughest stick defender on his day. Clips it through. Then effort comes once again. The goalkeeper has lost it. And collects it at the second attempt. Nearly spilled it onto the path of an on-rushing striker there.
Yeah, I think it was a very tricky because it nearly bounced in front of him. So he was trying to avoid that bounce. I think that's the area where he did it very well. Was that he allowed it to bounce in front of him. He was going to be deceived. Remember this pitch, yes, it's improving, but it still is uneven. So those bounce at times, it tends to take a nasty change of direction. As you can see again there, you see it just bounced.
That was a tricky one.
The tricky one, yes.
He had to watch it very carefully. Manica Diamond still asking the questions. Mhlanga into touch for a throw. Chuma Viravira. Scotland FC from Mapuku. A team that is owned by Mapuku legislator, Honorable Scott Tedisai Sakopkanya. Here's Manenji. Guided through, it comes back to Walter Msona, the goal scorer. Plays it square to Peter Mjua. Zukamanja back to Mjua. Terence Zukamanja dropping deep into the middle of the park to try and have a feel of the ball. There he is once again. Zukamanja, member of the Zimbabwe national team. Another one in Walter Msona who finds the youngster Mureremba Murwera trying his luck. But tightly monitored, and this one is out for a throw. Kamanja picks it up. It's done well to find Murwira. Flicks it into the middle of the park. And the goalkeeper goes down and makes a save. Tedias Baye earning his wages. This one played short and the pressure is coming. Looks like Manica Diamonds are inviting the pressure, but they finally managed to get away with it. Here's Knowledge Msona playing in a very deep role. Tondera Indiraya deploying him in the way that Michael Nis is using him in the middle of the park, simply because of his passing range. This one is neatly taken down by Jukamanja. This is Knowledge Msona. Another intelligent ball through. This is his young brother trying to play through the lines but fails, and is picked up by Farai Banda. Banda now to the far side. Tekuru stopped there by Murwira, and this one comes square back to Manenji. Walter Msona. Most of the strikers moving into the middle of the park to try and win possession. Machope could not fasten onto that pass. Mhlanga can clear, and this one kindly rolls into touch. There is Mashiri. not looking very comfortable because the team hasn't responded at all to the pressure that is being applied by Scotland. Scotland have got the possession, they've got the goal, and as it stands, they are in the lead. Here's Morwera trying from afar. I think he should have used his right foot because he was in full flight. I haven't seen him generate enough power with his left, have you?
Yeah, that's his weaker left foot, but the way he was marauding and charging towards goal, I'm sure his right foot would have taken it aim at the far post there and maybe could have given a chance to trouble Ted just buying goals from Manica Diamonds.
Now Manica Diamonds under pressure. This is Walter Msona, the goal scorer, and he's brought down once again, and the ref reaching for his back pocket, and the yellow card is flushed.
And that's the Knowledge Msona range.
Should be Sibusisa Ndlovu. Yeah, that was the knowledge. That's Knowledge Msona's range, and he's already there, preparing to punish Manica Diamonds. And it looks like Ndlovu is again being blasted by his teammates. Referee briefly indicating that you're going to play to the whistle. Four-man wall of Manica Diamonds. Knowledge Msona. You have to watch the near post. Oh, this is a good one! Just wide, my word! Knowledge Msona, which is sweetly taken, and there is our boss, Mr. Sugar Chagonda, enjoying proceedings here at Rufaro Stadium. That is the Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation's CEO. But talking about that effort by Knowledge Msona, my word, that was well struck, and just missed the upright by a few inches.
Yes, but just a few inches there. The quality of that free kick, it was a top-notch, Stanley, considering the way he measured the wall, just to have the ball over the wall and dipping in time. Unlucky, Manica Diamonds almost breaking there, and he was just unlucky that he just missed the right-hand post by a few inches there. Otherwise, it was a well-taken free kick by Knowledge Msona.
Yes, Mandranga trying his luck to go down the middle, but again tightly monitored, and this one easily taken away by Murwira, but the ref says that was illegal. Robson Sharukok, the godfather, as we see there, Manica Diamonds preparing a free kick in a good looking position. If this one can be curled inwards, surely it will be problems there for Nelson Chaja. 15 minutes played, 1-0 to Scotland. Walt Thompson, another goal scorer. Farai Banda with a good looking cross. Nobody behind the post. Something that I've noticed in the country, that teams are not attacking the back post, and chances are being wasted as a result.
Exactly, Stanley. I think that shows us the lack of us having set piece coaches in the country. I don't think we have any team who have a set piece coach. Even our national team, we don't have a set piece coach, where we practice those where you see the weaknesses of the opponents. Somebody must be charging from the blind side. The blind side is always dangerous, even when driving, Stanley.
Exactly, it is very dangerous. So that it must be watched, because most crosses, corners, and set pieces, they end up rolling out of play harmlessly, when a lot could be done using them. Here's Mandranga. Do we get a cross? But this one is blocked. Unfortunately, I think he was already offside. This is the free kick. Oh, that was well taken. just wide of goal. Knowledge Msona is a specialist when it comes to set pieces. Chajga. Scotland restarting the formula. Peter Mdua. That's Jukamanja, drifting all the way back, but tightly monitored there by Askrupande. Kevin Moyo on the near side, rolls it short to Knowledge Msona. Peter Mdua, toughest tick defender, monitors his area like an army general. Manenji backwards. Chajga to Manenji. Scotland are knocking the ball around with a lot of purpose, and they win a round of applause as the Murwira drifts upfield, picks up a Chikamanja. It's played to Knowledge Msona. Knowledge Msona trying to find Kama Billiard, picks him now. Murwira, God knows, dummies once, and the second time the ball is taken away by the goalkeeper. Thaddeus Baye has got his hand up. I think he's injured. The Vietnam stand not heavily populated today, but of course a few Scotland fans have made their presence in the absence of the traditional giants.
Should they cooling break? Cooling break.
I think no, it's because the goalkeeper is injured.
Oh, they're just
so
taking
everyone
advantage.
is taking advantage. Yes,
taking advantage, exactly. Yeah, still in terms of the crowd, remember today is a Friday, a working day in Zimbabwe, so most fans, I'm sure, they've been kept at work. Maybe the bosses failed to release them, but on a Friday it's not a bad day. Maybe about 2,000 or so fans here, or less than 2,000.
I think it's more than that. I mean, when you look at every bay here, the Vietnam stands there, close to 700. Then again, the left-hand side, the city end, it's another 700-800. So no, it's more than. I think it's more than that. And when you consider the VIP stands, as we see there, the goalkeeper just kicking the ball into touch so that he can be attended to. And hopefully it's nothing serious so that he doesn't end up being substituted. Thaddeus Baye, beaten after only 3 minutes. And the referee has called the players back in order to get started here. Tsumba is already getting ready to take the place of Thaddeus Baye. Tsumba, the reserve goalkeeper, is a 27-year-old player. And God knows Murwira, yes, will be taking this one. You are about to say?
Godfrey Chitsumba has one cap. Remember, he played for Zimbabwe against South Africa. Under Jaros Tapera then, and we lost that game by 3-1. And
yeah, he doesn't have good memories of national duty.
Exactly.
Askrupande ready to take a long throw. He's backing away a few meters. It's a long one. And this one headed into touch. Throw into Scotland. Sona guiding it across to Kevin Moyo. Played as a left back for both Dynamos and FC Platinum. Chikamanja, but now turning out for Scotland as a left-sided centre back. Walter Msona has done well to find Manenji. Msona once more clips it through, trying to find Chikamanja, but easily beaten. Once again the ref joins in the fray, blows his whistle. The referee is having to intervene to force Manica Diamonds to play the ball backwards. Lawrence Masbera was under pressure. This is Mhlanga now receiving. Mandranga turning one way, then the other. The clearance is long. This one picked up by Knowledge Msona, playing as a defensive linkman this afternoon, doing well as a dealing on that occasion. Askrupande keeps the ball in play on the far side. Tireless worker, picked up by Mreremba, who is still subdued, having a subdued game here. Young Kingsley Mreremba, best on the scene, playing for Caps United in the middle of the park, and attracted the attention of Scotland. And ever since moving over to Mapiravira, he hasn't managed to reproduce the form that made him a household name for Caps United. And Tondera Indraya showing his expressions this time around. Lawrence Mhlanga, the right back, preparing to check a throw. This one guided backwards, made it difficult. Walter Sona Manenji, and is picked up now by Kama Billiard. Machope is calling for it. Still Kama Billiard, lifted on the far side again. Oh, that was a wonderful piece of football. Wow, my goodness me. It didn't go in, but Scotland had produced some dazzling football there, but Manica Diamonds are very lucky.
Very lucky there that Knowledge couldn't catch it quite cleanly the way he wanted. And that block off Jukamanja shot by the Manica Diamonds defenders, I think that was a very good block by the two defenders. But good play by Scotland overall in the build-up, even the way the captain, Walter Sona, the way he just stamped on the ball and proceeded with his run, pulling off the defenders, giving Jukamanja the chance to shoot. Fortunately or unfortunately, two defenders were in his way.
I think we have to give credit to the Manica Diamonds defense. Farai Banda and Masbera, the two centre backs, are being assisted on either wing by Askurupande and Lawrence Mhlanga. Play has been stopped for a while because Peter Mdua is down injured. He rarely goes down. It must be something quite serious. Here's the chance now, created by Kama Billiard. Flicks it upfield. That was a good pass. Young Musona did well, but Farai Banda with a vital block. And Manica Diamonds survive. Manenji failing to keep that ball in play. Now it comes back to Mhlanga. Picked up in the middle of the park. Sona, Walter. Mreremba playing it backwards. Well, like I said, the young man is taking time to settle down, but we know that he's a top talent. Maybe, when you play alongside the big names like Knowledge Msona, Walter Msona, Kama Billiard, you feel your true self, that you're a little boy, because Knowledge Msona is a big name. Teguru turning Choma Chope inside out. Askrupande. Jeffrey Takunda playing it on the near side. Mhlanga, can you get the cross in? Here it comes, and this one looks like it's overcooked. It goes behind for a goal kick. Goal kick to Scotland. 26 minutes played, a quarter of the game down, 3/4 of it to go. Here's a long one forward. Knowledge Msona with the first time pass to Mreremba. Peter Mdua to Walter Msona with an early pass for Zukamanja. Terence Zukamanja back to Walter Msona. This is a good looking cross. Machope couldn't get to it, and Msanga had no option but to play this one out for a corner kick. Some dazzling football that this man is instilling in Scotland. The goals may not be coming, but I tell you, you cannot deny the fact that Scotland are playing some eye-catching football.
Yeah, some brilliant football by Scotland there. As you can see there, Lawrence Mshanga doing very well in conceding a corner kick, because there was Kama Billiard on the blind side, which we have been talking about earlier on. There's a wait for the set piece to be delivered by the captain, Walter Msona.
Walter Msona. Not a very good corner kick. It's picked up by Kevin Moyle. Pumps it backwards. And it was too early, I think, for the likes of Peter Mdua. Walter Msona reading the game very well. Machope plays it back to him. Msona, the chance now for Norwich! Just wide of goal, my goodness me. There's so much relentless pressure. How is Manica Diamonds going to hold on? A brilliant pass by young Msona to his elder brother, but unfortunately the smiling assassin couldn't put it in the back of the net. Take a look at it once more. Knowledge Msona beating his marker. I think he was under pressure.
Yeah, that defender number 88 I think did well in shoving Knowledge Msona and taking the sting out of that shot. Otherwise he had not been slightly shoved off or bashed off position there. I'm sure Knowledge would have taken a better shot at goal than the end result which we got there, Stan.
Yes, indeed. Askrupande.
Askrupande, exactly.
Yes, forcing Knowledge Msona away from the ball, and that was a saving tackle. As you see there, the Manica Diamonds bench not happy with some of their players.
Should be the goalkeeper's coach of Scotland. Zwanai Kawaza.
Here's Chikamanja being harassed unfairly. The referee intervening and saying, look, free kick to Mapviravira, Scotland. But again, Peter Mdua is down. It's not a good sign when a tough defender like him keeps going down. It shows that it's something serious, and I just hope it's not, because it's players like him that make the game interesting. Peter Mdua up and about.
And Stanley, on that injury to Peter Mdua, I'm sure that's the last news Tondra Andrea would want to hear in his ears. I was talking to him just before kickoff, and he was saying now our team is thin on come to defense. They've got Madage, who is out of the season, and Kelvin Moyo was injured in the last 2 games. You could see he was pulled off in the game against Simba Bora. So he was saying today, I'm praying that we must not have any injury on their line, on the defense there, in that line of defense, because on the bench, I'm sure the only recognized defender is Ronald Fumbiza, who is a left back after all.
Oh yes, indeed, that will make it very difficult for. It'll be difficult for Scotland. Throw in. It's a free kick. It's better than a throw in. Masbera playing it wide on the far side. Tekuru keeping the ball in play, and it's gone out now. It will be a throw in to Scotland. Yes, Charles Tekuru is a player who must be watched very closely. He has got bags of skill, and he can leave you for dead. Chikamanja now tightly monitored. Mreremba, and Chikamanja has been given a free kick. Tightly monitored by Askrupande. The Manica Diamonds Right back, left back rather. Right back is Lawrence Mhlanga. Piram Dua, the former Highlanders defender, guides it all the way back to Nelson Chajga, formerly of Ngezi Platinum, picked up by Mreremba, who came from Cape United. Of course, when Scotland joined the league, they went on a buying spree. Kama Billiard was from Yada. Machope came from Simba Bora. Here's Machope playing it through. He gets the return and Machope doesn't catch it well. And this one rolls out of play for a goal kick. I think he hurried his effort, Machope. He could have taken a few seconds more and take a proper shot, and these fans could be celebrating.
Exactly, Stanley. I thought maybe he had his shot as well, because he had all the time there to pick his spot, and maybe, as you can see it again there, Kamabila had done well. See there. I think he had about a meter or so, or half a meter, to make a decision and maybe pick a spot and take a cleaner shot than the one which he took there.
Yes, indeed, and the fact that he was in the box, I don't think there's anyone who would have tried to tackle him, because that would have resulted in a penalty. And Chikamanja guiding it back. Yes, Kevin Moyo picks it up. Looked like turning backwards. Finally finds Piram Dua, who at one time was the captain. Chope turning away from his marker. Here's a chance to Kamanja once more. Scotland delighting the crowd here with some fantastic football. Oh, Msona impeded, and the referee didn't see it. Finally Masbera will clear, and this one goes out of play. But I can tell you that one of these days the Scotland moves are going to come out, and this man in the picture could be shedding tears, because Mapiravira are trying by all means to set this match on fire, but somehow Manica Diamonds are managing to extinguish that flame before it gets bigger. 1-0, Scotland in the lead. 34 minutes played here in the first 45 minutes. Here's Lawrence Mhlanga, long throw, and this one goes out of play for what looks like a corner. Yes, according to the referee Mapanje, to the referee Lloyd Mapanje, it's a corner kick to Manica Diamonds. Nelson Chajgana will have to be very careful as the corner will come. Let's see how this one will be executed. Everyone inside the box. Good looking one. Ball brought back. The shot comes in, doesn't go very far, and the toe poked all the way back to the goalkeeper. Nelson Chajga. Askru Pande in defense for Manica Diamonds. Finds support on the near side here from Lawrence Mhlanga, but it goes out of play. For a throw in quickly taken by Mandiranga. Here comes Manenji. Very strong on the ground. Still Manica Diamonds, Zovus Busiso. Manenji takes it away. Knowledge Msona clears the ball. Mureremba has won it. It's played wide on the far side. Murwera posting a long one for Kama. Billiard flicks it through. Oh, it goes straight to the goalkeeper Tedias Baye. And Michael Nis is around watching all the action. I'm sure he's very happy seeing Knowledge Mshona playing in the position that he prefers in. Let's wait and see. Teguru, and that one is a poor one. Easily collected by the goalkeeper. Nelson Chajga. Plays it short to Kevin Moyer. Peter Mdrua. Dua will guide it back to Kevin Moyo. Manenji comes into the picture. The two exchanging passes. Kevin Moyo looking up, trying to get Murwira to run into space, brings in a first time cross. The idea was right, a bit too long, and Machope brings down his opponent. Referee Mapanje had no option but to blow the whistle, but the idea by Murwira was a good one. It's just that the effort was a little bit overcooked, and Machope could not fasten onto the pass. Throw in once more with Lorenz Mtanga to take it right in front of Tondera Indraya, the Scotland coach. His team leading by 1-0. Foul throw, and Mapanje was the throw in back to Scotland, and these fans are very happy about that. They are also very happy about the scoreline. 1-0 in favour of Scotland. Lemanenji calling for the ball. Sona Knowledge lays it wide for Murwira. Jukamanja will guide it backwards. He's got support from Peter Mtua. Scotland guiding it backwards. Kevin Moyo all by himself. Clips it through, looking for Machope, tightly monitored. And he's being harassed unfairly. Mapanja again blows his whistle. It's another position of some danger for Manica Diamonds, and these fans, predominantly Scotland fans, are happy to see that free kick from a Knowledge Msona range. Msona keeps following the referee. If he takes a step, he comes through, but then Sibusisa Ndlovu is clever, stands on the ball. As we take a look at how the incident came, I think the referee missed on this one.
Yeah,
it was a header down by
very
Masbera,
soft. Yeah, very soft.
and
I
I don't think the referee got this one right. It will be very contentious should Scotland score from this one. This time around it's Murwira, God knows, to take it. God knows Murwira trying a pile driver, and this one will roll into touch. Corner kick. These are some of the players in Scotland, and the fans are singing in the stands. Manica Diamond fans all the way from Mutare. Some have come from Rusape, displaying their banners. Now it's been taken by Knowledge Msona. Inside the area, hit it away. And this will be Manenji. Sona trying to play a first time pass. Mureremba guiding it backwards. Chajga clearing the ball, but it's lots of height and no breath in it. Murwira already back in position soon after taking that free kick. Knowledge Msona potting it on the near side to Manenji. Albert plays it short. This one guided backwards. Scotland are quite happy to start all over again with 5 minutes to the Oranges. Peter Mjua. Mjua, no option but to play it backwards. Now Manica Diamonds with Charles Tekuru. He doesn't want to go forward. Rupande will pick it up all the way back to Farai Banda, the vice captain. Peter Mjua. Mureremba. Mjua once again. It comes back to Murwira. And the Chajga playing as a sweeper keeper. Kevin Moyo took his eye on off the ball. Luckily, Msona making things look very easy. Knowledge Msona. Now to the far side, Terence Zukamanja, the former Hollandian Pirates player. Ball slide through, but good marking coming from Manica Diamonds. Manenji plays it short, and the tackle comes in. Mandiranga goes down injured with a facial injury. Walter Msona was quick to go and apologize. Looks like the referee didn't blow. Let's take a second look and see. Yeah, it wasn't easy to see in real time.
Yeah, and I also think that it's actually Mandiranga who bumped into a stationary Walter Msona there. So I don't think it warranted a free kick because there was no movement from Walter Msona.
Yes, Mapanje got it right on that occasion. His play resumes. Mureremba being put under pressure. Peter Mjua playing it to Murwira. Not a very good idea to skip the ball before going back for it. 2.5 minutes to the Oranges. Here's Knowledge Msona. He should write a book. Football Made Easy by Knowledge Msona. Yes, Mapira supporter clad in full gear, taking a long hard look at proceedings. He must be happy with what he's seeing, really.
And he's standing with arms akimbo like a coach who is waiting for something to be delivered by the players who he has given trust to. And so anxious, maybe they're desperate for that assurance goal. So they desperately need the full 3 points today to take advantage of Simba Bora. We are inactive. Remember the game against Simba Bora, which is they should have played a triangle. It was postponed. And Nelson Chaja, poor distribution, ball distribution there from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, poor distribution there. Even members of the security can see that it should have been played better. Here's Manenji. Kevin Moyo can clear. Chested down Machope. He handled in the process. Free kick. With about a minute to go. Some members of the media and some fans. Here they are with Masbera. Finding Lawrence Msanga. Brings in a good looking cross inside the area. Teguru brings it down, is it? Ball played through and a chance. Well, this one is feeble and it goes all the way to the goalkeeper. Takunda Jeffrey should have done better. Using his right foot. Taja rolls it out. Piramtua seems to be feeling fine now. I don't see him limping at all as the ball is played through. Kama Billiard turns back, keeps it under control. Jukamanja spent quite some time in South Africa. Yes, Mureremba, one of the emerging stars in the game. 2 minutes of stoppage time. A minimum of 2 minutes will be played. And the referee trying to play advantage and brings back play because the Manica Diamonds player was being harassed unfairly. That is Rainsam Pavari, former FC Platinum player. Technology today allowing us to view the game in all angles. That's a drone in the picture. Chajga once again would like to spend as much time as possible with the ball. A minute to go. Knowledge Msona indicating to Chajga to spend as much time as possible with the ball. Machope has done well to find Walter Msona. Msona Yes, just plays it off Mandranga for a throw in. 30 seconds to go. Manenji. There's a real chance that Scotland will go into half-time leading by 1-0, and that will make Tondra Andrea's job fairly easy at half-time, Willie.
Yeah, but by the way this match started, the way Scotland were threatening, I thought maybe by now they should be at least by 2 or 3 goals up. And according to Andrea's game plan, he was crying that his players, they are lacking endurance. The energy levels are dropping in the second half. That's why normally they start well in the first half, and in the second half they seem to be running out of energy, running out of steam, running out of gas, and they lower their game as the referee has just blown to end the first half. Scotland leading by a goal to nil.
Yes, indeed, the referee right on time, blowing the first 45 minutes with Scotland leading by 1-0. A wonderful first half for Scotland, but Manica Diamonds tried to come back, in the first half, and it wasn't to be, so they will have to try again after a pep talk from their coach, Takuzwa Mashiri. Well, Willie, the first 45 minutes, if we can have your thoughts.
Yeah, I think the game started at a very slow pace here, but the high press by Scotland there paid off early on, because Manica Diamonds were pressed so high. I mean, they were forced to make those forced errors, committing quite some comical errors, and which resulted in one of the goals, which was buried by Walter Msona.
Yes, indeed, of course. Thanks to William Tingwa with these thoughts there. It's 1-0 to Scotland as we cross over to the studio.
Halftime then from Biles Rufaro Stadium, where Maviravira are breathing fire and brimstone, but they've only scored once. But if they can maintain that, they know that they will be at the top of the log. But Manica Diamonds, yes, subdued for most of the game, but they are defending resolutely, as you have seen there. Yes, that is the game that we're bringing to you live in the comfort of your own homes, and the comfort of the sports bars, in the comfort of the motor vehicles. And once again, I remind you, make sure that you pay your ZBC license, right? Okay, to keep on getting the value watches that we bring to you day in and day out. Right, in the studio with us, two Liverpool supporters, Becky Nyoni, we call him Coach Bex. He has focused a 2-1 win for Scotland, and Joseph Nkani, he has focused a 1-1 draw. So they are both in the running for Chibanzi. They are both in and now pinda mom. But that Chibanzi, what it true smile now. Chibanzi but I'm Chibanzi smiles. All right, guys, let me start with you, Coach Bex. Your thoughts of the first 45 minutes.
For Scotland, I think when they started and scored so early, we thought we're going to see more goals being scored, but unfortunately they couldn't really threaten as much as we could have wanted. In terms of possession, they've done very well, but on the third half they haven't been threatening the way we were expecting, especially taking into account the quality which they have, because I think the player who has been really more lively has been Walter Msona, and we expected the others who are supporting him, the Kama Billiards, the Machopes, the Tsukamanjas, to almost do the same, which they have failed to do, and as a result, they haven't really threatened the way we thought they were going to be threatening Manica Diamond, and I'm sure even their technical team might be happy that they are one down at the moment. They can try to talk to the players so that at least maybe with bringing one or two substitutes to try to make sure that maybe they can get a draw.
Yes, that is what the man they call Scolari Tafatzgo Mashiri, the head coach of Manica Diamonds, is hoping for. Remember, they're still in it. They're only down by 1-0. That goal coming from Walter Musona. It took an unlucky dip there for goalkeeper Tedias by very, very unlucky, but not to take away anything from Walaza, Walter Musona. And we will be reliving the highlights in the first half from Rufaro Stadium very, very shortly. Is Joseph Nkani? Jose, your thoughts of the first half? Particularly centered on Manica Diamonds. But Jose, let's just relive those highlights there.
Yeah, that was a brilliant free kick by Knowledge Msona. He had aimed for the near post, but of course the keeper will argue and say I had it covered. But we need to give credence to Knowledge Msona for the way he measured the wall and flighted this ball up. And another chance that went a begging was when Kama Billat shifted the ball from the left flank, and he saw an on-rushing Walter Msona who tapped the ball back, but unfortunately Tukamanja did not expect that ball. That was going to be laid off for him to kill off. So when he came in, it was a bit too late. Two defenders from Manica Diamond closed him down, which is another point that I want to point out, that Manica Diamond, I think, have stood solidly behind and protected their goal. Of course, they considered early, but I think what they've done so well is, if you look at Manica Diamond, when they're under attack, there's at least 5 people defending their goal, and which is, I think, has been their strength, that they've minimized the damage that has been that could have been thrown at them by Scotland. So kudos to Manica Diamond defensively. If you look at the way they are structured, they've only left 2 lone strikers up front, and their defensive formation is quite impressive, and they're doing well in that regard. So, which is the reason why Scotland have been frustrated to score only 1 goal so far, despite having control and being in charge of the game in the first half.
Right. Terrific homework by Scolari there. That's Tafadzo Mashiri, the head coach of Manica Diamonds, because Terence Drukamanja should have made it 2-0. I mean, it could have been 4-0 by now, but the way that they've been dominating, and Kama Billiard having a field day on the left flank, and the Musona brothers really combining well. I was just saying, when you are a younger brother, I'm just saying, Walter Musona is the captain, and knowledge in the blazo about how do you manage that, Jose?
Yeah, I think Coach Ndira has broken the family protocol within the Msona clan. Of course, the reality. But I think it's because of the fact that Knowledge Msona joined here, and of course, Knowledge Msona, the professional elder brother that he is, will probably say, no, my young man, retain the tackle. I'll mentor you to greater heights, because what else is Knowledge Msona to prove? That's right. I mean, he has been through the mill, he has done everything, he has now bounced back to the local league, and now he's uplifting his young brother.
Now, get ready for that goal that came just after 3 minutes. And boy, oh boy, was it worked? But in the end, an unlucky bounce there in front of the goalkeeper, Tedias, by very unlucky, but taking nothing away. Coach Bex from Walaza, Walter Musona.
Yes, you can't take anything from him, and they always say that if you attempt to shoot at goal, there are higher chances of getting a goal, and that's exactly what happened. He got a goal from where the goalkeeper could have easily saved, and the ball awkward bounce made it difficult for him. So the chances of shooting at goal, you get more chances of scoring, and that's exactly what happened to Knowledge Musona. To Walter
Musona. Maybe Teddy Houndsmen who are failing to maintain a smooth surface there at Rufaro Stadium. Can you do that? Maybe you'll think not, but maybe somebody else would probably go and file a complaint there, but just jokes. So Walter Musona Walaza scoring 1-0. What about the second half? What is in store for the second half? But before we talk about that, there are 4 crucial games tomorrow, and every team, there's only 8 teams, There are only 8 teams that are safe, that will be playing top flight football next year. And if your team is not one of these that I'm going to say, then Simba Bora, Scotland, Mgezi Platinum, Moors, FC Platinum, Tel 1, Heren safe from relegation. From number 9, Highlanders going downwards. Any team could get relegated to join Kwekwe United. But, Jose, what about the second half? What can we expect? Can we expect Scolari, Tafadzo Mashiri to just say, listen, let's go for the jugular, anything that will happen? But because he needs at least a point here from this game.
Yes, I think what he will be telling his boys at halftime now is to congratulate them for a good first half. For me, I won't blame the Manica Diamond players for conceding that goal early, yes. But if you look at to their credit, they managed to contain Scotland for the next 40 minutes of the first half. So I think he will give credit to his boys. But going into the second half, I think he would want to now be more offensive than defensive, because the agenda out of this game is we need all 3 points, but we must not be reckless at the back. We are fighting relegation. We must still remain compact and tight at the back, but what we now need to do is to hunt for a goal. If we get a goal and equalize and get a point, it's still fine.
Yes, it's
still fine for Manica Diamond. Yeah, maybe this just come in there and frustrate Scotland, minimize errors, focus, remain compact at the back, but let's make sure we push more numbers forward and get a goal. And then hopefully the game will remain at 1-1 as a stalemate, and then get a point. I think they'll be happy with a point, taking 1 point back to the Manica land.
Oh, yeah. And of course, like we said, Simba Bora are not in action in the country at the moment. They will be in action in Eswatini, where they are taking part in the CAF Champions League second leg preliminary round against Zingizi of Eswatini. That's the nickname that I gave to Nsingizini Football Club. We wish them well. We wish them well. And they were supposed to play Triangle United, who are flying under Kaka, under Genesis Mangombe, the head coach, but they won't be playing. So if Scotland, if it ends in a draw, Scotland are still number 2, because they'll only be on 54 points. But if they win, they're on 53. If they win, they'll be on 56. So they'll be 1 point ahead of Simba Bora. Of course, Simba Bora will still have that game in hand against Triangle United. But I think not only Pedzisai, Scott Sakupkanya, the honorable, Stanza Tonderai Ndiraya, the head coach, I will not be wanting to think about the game in hand that Simba Bora will have. Back 3 points, they are on top. And Coach Bex, that is the message, pure and simple, that Stanza would have drummed to his squad.
Yes, definitely. After having scored the first goal in the first half, the second half is to try to make sure that they protect, as much as they want to score another goal, they need to protect what they have. So what it means is, when he looks on his bench, he will try to say, what should I do? Maybe he will decide to bring in the midfielder Shidolo to make sure that he stabilizes the midfield. And he also might decide to say there's not much pace which we were expecting from Billiard. Why not bring Mafios Chiwetu, so that we have more pace? Or Jugamanja on the right, there's not much which is coming from there. Why not bring in Michael Tapera? So I think those 3 might be the next players to look around to say, can these guys, in maybe the first 15 minutes, 1 or 2 of them might come in to try to make sure that the objective of trying to make sure they collect the 3 points is maintained.
I mean, what Stanza has at his disposal on the bench, I mean, he could field another team. Mafios Chiweta, the youngster from Highlanders, popularly known as Sugar Mago. He might come in, a very exciting youngster, and a couple others like Coach Bex was saying. So we'll have to wait and find out whether Knowledge Musona keeps on going. Stanza himself was saying Musona is still to get match fit. Once he is, then we all know what could happen. But so far, combining very well with his younger brother. So what happens in the second half? Just 1-1. It's a draw. Tomorrow, we got 4 games in the local premiership, and all crucial for all the teams. Like Ngezi Platinum take on the students, rentals at Baobab. Madamburo, yes, they're coming into the picture. One of the 4 dark horses. Green Fuel, Boys Zenaro, they've got a tough one against the Gamecocks Chicken Inn. Both teams threatened by relegation. Yada are at home at her stadium against the Wi-Fi Boys, Tail 1. So Yada, they are in the relegation zone. They know if they slip up, they are down and out. So Jose, still looking very difficult for all the teams, including the big 3. Makepeke, Dimbare, Iboso. And you know what I've promised? If all three go down.
I wanted to remind you.
Oh, you're going to remind me. Okay. Jose, if those three go down, I'm going to keep my promise, Jose. If all three go down, Makepeke, Dimbare, Iboso, I am out of a job. I resign. You won't be seeing me any longer on TV. You won't be hearing me on radio. You won't be seeing me on the internet talking about football. So, Jose, yes, I will bow.
Yeah, but I think your job is safe, CNN, because if you look at the dynamics that are at play, some of the teams are going to play against each other. That is the teams that are fighting relegation. So there's going to be kingmakers and party spoilers in the mix. But still...
So you don't think all three will go down?
No, I don't
think
so.
I'm safe.
I'm safe. You are safe, CNN. you live to see another season of football, local premiership.
I like that. I love that. I love that.
What will happen if one goes?
Right, okay. We'll be talking later. Right, let's cross back to Mbiles, to Rufaro Stadium. 1-0 it was in the first 45. We'll be talking to you at the end of the 90.
Welcome back to Rufaro Stadium for the second half. As we see there, the Mayor of Harare arriving.
Manica Diamonds preparing 4 changes, then.
Yeah, that's a big statement with Emmanuel Paga getting involved for the first time.
Evans Gatema, Fortune Binzi, Emmanuel Paga.
And first casualty is Manuel Maniranga. Mpinduki comes into the picture. He was in the starting lineup last weekend. And
Tekuru also makes
Tekuru
calls
off.
today.
And in comes Emmanuel Paga, the former Dimbare striker. Fortune Binzi is set to come on as well. He also came on as a substitute in Motare at Sakuba Stadium. And he is replacing Rain Sampavari, the former FC Platinum player, being replaced there by Fortune Binzi. And this time around, another change, of course. It not tender. Musariranwa comes off, and in comes Evans Katema, another former Dynamos player. As we are about to get started. I was actually surprised that Mpinduki did not start. He was outstanding in the middle of the park last weekend, despite being on the losing end of Echibuku Trophy encounter. But he played very well. I'm sure it was just rotation, as Kama Billiard now asks for divine intervention. Paga brings it down, tries to go forward. What a block by Manenji. Stayed with his man and blocked the effort. Throw in to be taken there by Masbera. Lawrence Masbera preparing to take a long throw. Everybody is inside the box. It's more like a corner now. Taken inside the area. The header, and Paga is trying to work his way. And it's easily taken away now. Paga gets up and defends. Another throw. Scotland taking the throw with God knows Murwira. Comes back once again, but Manica Diamonds are trying to keep possession. Fortune Binzi picked up by Murwira. Again losing possession. Knowledge Msona has taken it away. Kama Billiard does well to find his captain in Walt Msona. Chikamanja. Back to Mreremba. It's Kama Billiard. Picked up by Murwera. On to Knowledge Msona. Murwera taking a bit of time, and this is Mreremba now. Losing possession, easily taken away by Katema. Pinduki. And it comes to Askrupande. Oh, Manuel Paga.
Should be Ivan
Wanted to. It's
Ivan Skatema.
It's Manuel Paga. Just number 10. I think he took his eye off the ball. Another header. Chikamanja fighting. Now to Mreremba. Quick pass for Knowledge. A lovely stuff from Knowledge Msona. This is a lovely cross inside the area. Machope beaten in the air by Masibera. And the Paga again. It was too far ahead of him. Throw in to Manica to Scotland. And Mashiri has thrown in 4 players. After making 5 changes in the starting lineup, he has thrown back 4 players back in the team. Desperate times for him, but this man here must be breathing comfortably because the lead is still preserved. And there is Machope going down and expected a whistle, but the referee not interested. Mapanje. Yes, but Farai Banda. Katema. Fortune Binzi. Guided back, and this one rolls into touch. Pinduki there, beaten by Knowledge Msona. Taken.
And is there for Peter Mdua and Tondera Ndiraya. Heavy blow.
Confirmation of the substitutions. Ivan Katema for Fortune Binzi to not end up Sariranwa. And Rainsam Pavari. And of course, some of the players are taking advantage of the break to come for new instructions. And Emmanuel Paga there coming in for Charles Teguru. And this will be a hammer blow.
Yeah, I'm
Should
sure
he fail to come back.
Yeah, I'm sure if he can't make it or if he can't continue Peter Mdua, they might be forced to play God knows Muriwa center back. Maybe throw in Marvelous Gumira or Ronald Fumbizai and just try to play around with the positioning of that back line. But it's not looking good for Peter Mdua the way he is limping and on his way out to receive further treatment.
Yes, Peter Mdua out of your picture, coming back on the field of play. He's a tough lad, doesn't easily give up.
Yeah, looks like he's running well now.
He's running well now.
Maybe his magic spray or something was used.
He's a tough tackler, and he knows that sometimes he's the one who knocks some players off their feet. Murwira got longer chance, and this one goes away. Machope was facing the wrong direction, and it goes away for a goal kick. Time on Machope, trying to impress Michael Nis here. It was a late inclusion in the team that played Benin rather, in Morocco. As Knowledge Msona guides it backwards. Charger's clearance is good. Machope is beaten in the air. Rupande is the first to arrive. Throw in. Rupande takes it quickly. A lovely flick by Binzi. Can't get past his marker. And again it's Peter Mdua off the field of play. That was a head injury. The referee should have seen that.
Yeah, the way Peter Mdua went into Fortune Benzo there, I'm sure he was caught in the head somewhere. Looks like a slight touch, but you know the head is a sensitive part of the body.
He should have stopped play.
Exactly, Stanley. I
Not two
agree
ways
with you.
about it. I know he thinks that Peter Mdua is feigning it, but definitely it's not. I know that he doesn't have, real replays. He's watching everything in real time. But even so, because Peter Mdua had his hands on his head, was a clear sign that play should have been stopped and attended to the injured player.
Yeah, especially that it was the ball had gone out for a throw in. I think he should have halted play there and then. It was not like he was disadvantaged the team that is attacking.
Ball played through. Manica Diamonds trying to find an equalizer with Katema. Turning one way, guiding it backwards. The cross from Lawrence Mhlanga looks good, but Nelson Chajga is superb and collects it well. He wins a round of applause from a multitude of...
There you see it.
see, it was actually... an arm. The elbow missed him. Yeah, he's been at the end of a number of nasty tackles, Peter Mdua.
Yes, testing his own medicine.
Yeah.
But that's unfortunate.
That's
on
very
the head,
unfortunate.
You don't expect that. You don't
Exactly.
encourage.
Tough tackling, we don't have a problem. But when you aim for the head, it becomes very dangerous. Machope wins the free kick. Now Kelvin Moyo to take it. Scotland, of course, will be looking for the insurance goal so that there's a bit of breathing space between them and the visitors inside the area. Walter Msona to his elder brother, goes down. Referee, for a moment, he looked like playing on, but Mpinduki is halted. He must have been introduced to take care of Knowledge Msona, because he stayed with him all the way until he brought him down. Free kick. Pinduki making sure that the two-man wall is in the right position. Murwira brings in a good looking cross. Oh dear, Tukamanja should have done a lot better. Gave it a glancing touch instead of a firm header. That surely would have gone past the goalkeeper, Thaddeus Baye.
Yeah, good free kick there by God knows Murira. Unfortunately, fell to the wrong head. It had been Machope there, the end result could have been different.
Goal kick. With Scotland asking questions each time they get into the box. Machope, the biggest threat, and Tukamanja could have done himself a world of good. Knowledge Msona. I think Michael Nis made the right decision there. Knowledge Msona winning possession time and again. He's not the typical tough tackler like a D-Link, but he times his tackles very well. Rupande kicking Walter Msona. The referee allows play to carry on, but I think he's stopping the Walter Msona, assisted to his feet by his elder brother. Oh, that was bad. That was bad by Askrupande. He must count himself lucky that we don't use VAR. That could have been a yellow card. Throw-in quickly taken now. Yes, Farai Banda. Oh, inside the area. Machope doing well to close down the players. Walter Msona. Machope once again bringing in a good-looking cross. Mureremba can't control. Oh dear, he's not having a good game today. And finally, taken away by Emmanuel Paga, guiding it backwards. Masbera clipping it on the near side, and this goes too far ahead of Askru Pande and Fortune Binzi. Throw in. As you see there, Mashiri. Now up and down in his technical area. He knows that it's not looking good here. He was on the losing end last weekend against Genesis Mangombe of Triangle. And he's on the losing side here against Tufts. Won't be pleasing at all. But Walter Msona picks up possession, finding Machope, who does well to find Knowledge Msona. Easily taken away by Farai Banda. Here's Pinduki. And Pinduki does well to win it back. Rupande struggling to clear, tightly monitored there by Walter Msona. Throw in quickly taken. Now it comes back to Piram Dua. And Dua plays it downfield. Nobody home. Farai Banda happy to guide it backwards. Tedious Baye. Now Masvera. The new centre back who didn't play last time because of injury, clips it forward. Well taken away by Kevin Moya. Gain Paga. Takunda Jeffrey. Back to Masvera. Farai Banda. Clips it through. Tightly monitor there. Sona Walter picking up the ball. Machope is applying the pressure. And Farai Banda is given the benefit of doubt. Free kick quickly taken. Little Rupande to take it forward. This one comes back. Bins it as well. Trying to find him Pinduki. Tussle for possession. Takunda neatly taken down. Now it comes to Rupande. Wants to go forward. The tricky customer. And it's taken away once again to Jukamanja, who guides it all the way back to the goalkeeper Nelson Chajga. Moyo turns goalwards. Plays it through Machope in a race. Here's Machope! Offside according to near side assistant referee. The flag is up. Flag is up. The referee had not responded, but is finally allowed play to carry on. The Machope is down injured. Chandarain Raya looking downfield, he wasn't very happy with that. As Evans Katema plays it to Paga. Paga stands his ground. Brings it across. And the far side assistant referee wants a free kick. Free kick in a good looking position for Manica Diamonds. Lawrence Mshanga. Sanga to take it, and Mashiri trying to organize his guys for this set piece. It's Farai Banda going across to take it. So, golden opportunity here. We've played an hour. Let's see how this one will be taken. Pinduki didn't take this one properly. Askrupande wide on the far side. Ball brought down. Chajga can collect. Manica Diamonds had a very good spell here. I think we can have a sightline of it. Otherwise, Scotland are not safe yet, because some of the attacks are looking quite dangerous.
Yeah, Scotland, they're not yet set. That's why we're saying they need that assurance goal where they can go 2-0 up. At least they will be securing the 3 points at stake here. But Manica Diamonds, you can see they are leaving no stone unturned in trying to find the equalizer. Machope, the back you went to the wrong man there, Stanley, but that was a promising move by Scotland.
It's not his type of game, Machope. And finally, Peter Mdua given the free kick. But Manica Diamonds supporters and some of their players thought it should have been. Yeah, Peter Mdua did not win the ball. Evans Katema had done very well. Now it comes to Maninji, trying a shot from afar but doesn't work out. Mpinduki, Pinzi does well, but again Mreremba will collect. Young Musona, Walter. Musona slips it through. Oh, lovely stuff for Murwera. But again, Pinzi. Certainly proving to be hard not to crack here. Ball played through, Katema chasing. But first to arrive is Peter Mdua. Mdua gets the return pass. Cools down with it. Knowledge Msona. Ball played through on the far side. And the chance now, Machop. Oh! What on earth was he thinking? Time on Machope. Oh dear. It's the wrong stage. Michael Nis is here. Every Zimbabwean player is campaigning for Morocco. Murwera has done well. Here comes Mreremba with a facial injury. Stop. But suddenly Manica Diamonds have upped their game here.
Yeah, what Machope did there, Stanley, is that he took his eyes off the ball. He was already looking at the goal, the position of the goalkeeper. There it is. Brilliant move there. Kamabilia does well, and Machope, yes, it was played somehow backwards, but he should have anticipated that one.
He should easily have adjusted.
Exactly, he should have easily adjusted.
In fact, you need to look around and see who is with you. He was all by himself. These fans here are saying we could have been celebrating, but it's not to be. Teddy Asbaye down once again. And
I think Teddy Asbaye going down there, I think it's a matter of taking this team out of Scotland who are bombarding this goal area. They were threatening to come for goal. Unless if he's injured, but I don't think there's the goal again. The aerial view.
Wonderfully, yes, the aerial view, a bird's eye view of proceedings.
See, that nasty bounce it took in front of the
Never
goalkeeper.
let it bounce if you want to be a good goalkeeper. Well taken effort. That's a new celebration, ululating, and they're all going around the corner flag in celebration. This man here could have scored 2 goals by now, but I think he's trying to do everything too quickly. He should have tried to calm down. There's a real chance he could have scored a goal or 2. Chukamanja for Kevin Moyo. Moyo for Manenji. Skipping past his marker. Here he comes inside the area. The cross looks good. Machope! Into the back of the net. I think that one has gone in. No, says the referee. Play continues. Oh, this is unbelievable. Knowledge Msona gets a yellow card.
I think for dissent. They were claiming that ball crossed the line, but you are still to have a clear view of it, Stanley. But Machope again, wrong stage again, like you were saying. The national team coach is watching and he misses that.
It was a good header. I think the goalkeeper kept it out.
Let's have
But this cross was brilliant. The goalkeeper did well. It didn't. It was on the line. Part of it was over, but
remember the full circumference of the ball should cross the line.
Cross the line. And in any case, with Kamabilia, with Walter Msona blocking the view of the camera, even with VAR, it would have been difficult.
Very, very difficult. only goal line technology.
Only goal line technology.
Yes.
I think we should be able to afford goal line technology.
But I hear it's very expensive, Stanley. Goal line technology. Because at one time I remember Tobias from the La Liga saying that we cannot afford.
Are you talking 10 million?
I'm not sure how much it might cost. But
Because,
that one, I can't blame the referees. That didn't cross the line. It didn't cross the line.
Definitely you can't blame. Confirmation of Norwich Msona's yellow card. It didn't cross the line. The goalkeeper did very well to keep it out.
There it is again. Yes, what Msona is partially blocking.
But it didn't.
But it didn't.
It didn't. Yeah, it was on the line.
I'll give benefit of doubt to the match officials there. It was the only goal line technology who end this debate.
Yes.
Shidolo.
Oh, yes. The Namibian Shidolo is set to come on. I'm sure Chandra Indiraya would like to reinforce the middle of the park. He still has some very good players, the likes of Tokosi Zimsebe. You also have Vasily Kawe. Those are players from the top shelf. And Michael Tapera as a striker. Knowledge Msona trying to square it for his strikers. It didn't work out. Peter Mdua's ball is cleared away by Masbera. It comes into the middle of the park from Jeffrey Takunda. Fortune Binzi. They pick it up. Mpinduke goes down. Then again it comes to Terence Jukamanja. Turns away from his marker. Stands his ground. Mpinduke will pick this one up. Katema turns away from Kamapiliat. He goes down. The referee awards the free kick in a very good looking position.
Knowledge should be careful. He's kicking the ball away after the referee had blown his whistle. Remember, he's carrying a yellow card.
Yeah, for a player of his caliber and age, he should know that you don't do such things. A red card would definitely derail Chandra Indiraya's attempts to win the title. If you were with us at the beginning of the show, you would have heard him say that, look, we are part of the matrix and we certainly are going to give it our best shot. This is a good looking cross inside the area. Knowledge Msona has got lots of time. Ball collected. Mreremba Machope. Mreremba. The clearance is long, but Mreremba stays down. The referee hasn't spotted that. Yeah, this looks a serious injury. He's holding his knee.
Follow through there.
Follow through that.
He's in agony. He's actually feeling the pain. Yakama Billiard calls it a day for Moses Shidolo.
Yes, he was deployed in the middle of the park, and Shidolo
Matthews
comes
Chuete
on.
as well.
That's the follow through. Yes. Surely the ref should have blown for that. Shidolo, the Namibian, comes on to reinforce the midfield.
And Temon
Machope
yes.
calls it a day. Here is the troublemaker, young Chueta, Mafios Chueta. He may be a small guy, but my goodness, he has the skills of JJ Okocha.
Demira, where's Demira?
Well, Demira didn't appear on. Oh yes, good night, Demira. 37 for Manica Diamonds. Kudanai Demere was in the starting lineup last weekend. Peter Mtua This is a poor one. Pinduki. And Demera immediately getting into the action. Manica Diamonds fighting and fighting. Paga does well. Pinzi. There's a good clearance there by Peter Mdua. Muremba doesn't hit it far. And this will be a throw in. To be taken from the near side. Rupande's throw is picked up by Banda. We have got a second match ball on the field of play. That ball is back, and again the second match ball on the field of play. And he does well to avoid the danger. Farai Banda. Reremba has given away possession. Evans Gatema can be a dangerous player. Paga wants as well. To Mpinduki. And it goes straight to Nelson Chajga. There is some fighting spirit in his team. Takuzgo Mashiri. Nelson Chajga taking as much time as possible. He knows the referee will start counting if he doesn't release the ball in 8 seconds. This one goes out of play for a throw in. Walter Msona couldn't keep it in play. Tundera Indiraya, 73 minutes. I expect him to start throwing in defensive players. He was talking of shutting up shop, and Binzi has been very active, and this one straight to the goalkeeper. Thrown long, drops kindly for Walter Msona, and Zikamanja caught offside and immediately halts his run. Chandrani beginning to feel the pressure. Pinduki, Paga running into a challenge, asking for further punishment. The referee says no, it's going to be a throw in to Manica Diamonds, who are down here by 1-0. Mpinduki, the second half substitute. Paga, confirmation of the substitutions. Mafios Chiweta for Scotland, and Moses Chidolo, who's playing in midfield. Cleared away by Peter Mdua. This one rose kindly for Katema, lays it wide on the far side. Picked up by Takunda Jeffrey. And once again he's taken away. Demira playing it to nobody. And the first time pass is taken away. Referee plays. Well, for a moment I thought it was going to be advantage. Masidera. And the referee is saying that Katema was backing into his opponent. When Manica Diamonds were expecting a penalty there, Willie.
Exactly, especially the fans in the VIP, the stands there, they were expecting a penalty, but the referee penalized Evans Katema, I think, for backing into a play or for shake tucking or something like that. Need to have a second look at the replay if it's available.
Free kick. Let's take a look at it again. Here it comes. Yes, come on, I'm seeing it differently now. Teddy Asabaye.
Even myself.
I'm beginning to see it differently now, because it looked like Evans Katema is the one who was being pushed to the ground. That the ref once again getting this one wrong, and Kudanai Demere confirmed that he is now joining the fray for Manica Diamonds, jersey number 37. Mashiri still up on his feet. Poor pass by Manenji. It should have been a lot better. Confirmation of the scoreline. Walter Msona after 3 minutes. Maviravira fans in the stands anticipating a victory here. They know that if it ends like this, they'll be top of the log until next time when Simba Bora plays, because they'll lead by Nelson Chajga, almost giving the Mavirawira fans a heart attack, spilling that one in onto the path of Evans Katema. It was actually Emmanuel Paga. The two are sporting similar dreadlocks. Here is Musona to Chukamanja. Is that a good game today, Chukamanja? And Mureremba, a little bit lightweight, but all the same, he must learn to protect his ball. I don't know why he's controlling it, like that. Should learn to kill the ball, and then you protect it. But Fortune Binzi has come and lit this game on fire. All he needed were a few good partners to try and breach the Scotland defense. A very poor control from Knowledge Msona. Katema back to Mhlanga. Lawrence flicks it through Demere in the center to Takunda. Back to Demere as they're going forward. Back again to Takunda Jeffrey. Long crossfield pass looking for Emmanuel Paga. Paga past his man in Murwira. Does he succeed? No, he doesn't. It's a corner kick. Oh, Manica Diamonds are beginning to knock the ball around with a lot of purpose, and these fans are well aware of it. They are Mavirawira fans in the VIP stands, and I can tell you they are not very comfortable. Man-to-man marking in the box. Kudanai Demere lines up to take the corner. 12 minutes plus stoppage time to the 90. Here it comes. It's a long one inside the area. Dragged away by the goalkeeper Nelson Chajga. Wow! It would be interesting to see, but I can't doubt it. Our CEO must be backing Manica Diamonds, because he was an official there before coming to Harare to take up his new assignment, and this one has gone out of play.
That was a match winning.
Take a look at it. That was it was headed downwards and very easily could have. Yeah,
Sidolo on goal.
Sidolo very nearly beating his own goalkeeper.
Good catch by Chajga there. Good claim.
Just shows that he kept his eye on the ball. Knowledge Msona wins what looks like a corner kick.
The mayor there, Jacob Mafume, in attendance as well. Stanley.
Yeah, he's a regular feature at matches in the capital. Councillor Jacob Mafume. Here comes the corner. Shidolo misses it. It's taken away by Tedious Baye. It's the long throw for Paga, but picked up now by Murwira, who finds his goalkeeper. That's the seventh pass you can take. Long clearance. And Chukamanja, well monitored by Farai Banda. The ball rolls into touch. It's a goal kick. Mavirawira fans desperate to see the clock roll forward. Here's a chance once again for Scotland. Now looking for chance, and a shot comes in. And taken away by Tedious Baye. Ball played through Masbera. Taken to the far side, and Katema will play. They'll have to play this one back. And Thaddeus Baye brought into the picture. Now Chester down well. Maviravira still pushing forward. Chukamanja. Msona Walter played it too early. There's a chance for Chiweta Mafias, but again beaten clean, and what a dummy by Manenji. He finds Kevin Moyo. And this one will be picked up by Chukamanja. He brings it across, and Murwira couldn't sort his feet out in time, and the ball runs into touch. Throw in to Scotland. Chandra Indiraya must be happy. He doesn't normally show his emotions. Gamesmanship. But we are just standing there looking at the ball. Cross. And Walter Msona beaten in the air, taken away by the goalkeeper. This one rolls kindly. Shidolo. And this will be a free kick. A handling offense by Pinduki. You don't do that. He's lucky he's not inside the box. He must wait for the whistle. He goes down and decided to call the decision himself. And this one is a hopeless effort. Mafias Chueta still trying to settle down with 6 minutes plus stoppage time. Here the fans are probably talking about how do we head to the Demere Kuzanai. Takes a good look and easily taken away there by Nelson Chajga. The long throw to find the powerfully built Manenji. Shidolo to Kevin Moyo, to whom it may concern. Knowledge Msona now pushed upfield. I can tell you that Tundra Ndila is looking for a second goal. This one taken away by Askrupande. Benzi. It's picked up by Shidolo. Chiweta. Back to Manenji. Maviravira quite happy to knock the ball around as Chukamanja finds support from Chiweta. This is a dribbling wizard. Diminutive player plays it through for Chukamanja. I'm sure you can hear the fans anticipating a sweeping run when this youngster starts going. He is a top-class trickster. Mafias Chueta. That's another clearance. Chukamanja still on side but couldn't latch onto the pass, but cleared away by Farai Banda. Shidolo looking for Manenji, but they lose possession. Peter Mdua heads it away. The Knowledge Msona is taken away by Shidolo. He got to the ball. Shidolo got to the ball. And of course the referee blew his whistle early, and I'm just looking at that man there wearing a shirt without a back. Yes. If you're looking for fun, just come to the nearest stadium where football is being played. Fortune Binzi. He's been a tricky customer. Fortune Binzi. Of course, he probably got dizzy with his runs.
Too much dribbling there.
Knowledge Msona. Now to Chiweta. And stopped in his tracks. Tackle from behind on Chiweta. Free kick to Maviravira. Some calm faces in the VIP stand. I'm sure it's because their team is leading here, Willie.
Yes, they looks more comfortable and they're happy that their team is. That is which Fortune Beans is that opportunity where there was too much dribbling, left the ball behind, tried to take it with his heels, and the foul on Mafia's Chiweta there. And Hodam Sona is calling it a day here.
Chokozizim Sebe is about to come on, and the armband is passed on to Kevin Moyo, and Askrupande helping him to the bench. He's desperate, he wants to see the game carry on. Well, they did it diplomatically, took just by in the 3rd minute, and it now looks an awful long time ago when that goal was scored. It could turn out to be the winner, as we see some of the players.
Kudamiaba. With Malawian Kudamiaba.
Yes, another change by Tondra Indraya. Mureremba, Sona played it to the near side. Murwera will pick it up. Murwera has given away possession to Askrupande. Play continues. And I'm sure Askrupande has been fouled. He's holding his face, but decides to carry on. He's a tireless player, Askrupande. Oh yes, he was given a slap in the face when the two players entangled, but still ready to carry on. Miaba joining fray as we see confirmation of some of the substitutes. Knowledge and Sona finally calls it a day with 2 minutes to go. I think Tondra Indiraya is just winding down the clock.
Exactly, Stanley, because as you can see, there's about 1.5 minutes to go, plus whatever the match officials will add on at the end of the 90. That's we're now heading into the 90th minute.
I actually winced thinking that there was a clash of heads, but then luckily it wasn't to be, involving Mureremba and Manica Diamonds player. Murwera taking as much time as possible. And the 4th match official, I'm sure, has received some instructions from Mapanje Lloyd, the man in the middle, on how many minutes should be added. Oh, this one played well. Chiweta tightly monitored. Good sliding tackle coming in from Masibera. No wonder why Takuga Mashiri was mourning about his absence. He says he's our main player. That's a fantastic tackle. And to do that to Chiweta Mafios is a clear sign that you know what you're doing. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Again, Paga. And in the end, it goes out of play for a throw in. Manica Diamonds are in a hurry. 2 minutes for Manica Diamonds to salvage a point here. Askrupande with a long one. Manenji has got a touch. Chiweta goes backwards. Katema beaten clean by Kevin Moyo, who plays the ball into the Vietnam stands, but with the multi-ball situations, it doesn't matter anymore. Lawrence Msanga. Ball picked up by Demere on the far side. And it comes to a free kick. Free kick to Scotland. I can tell you they'll take as much time as possible. Nelson Chajga lines up to take it, being hurried on by the referee Lloyd Mapanje. Knowledge Msona. Oh, the legs are tired now. Trying to loosen up. Here's Rupande for Emmanuel Paga, laying it through, but well read by Mureremba. Here comes Miaba. The Malawian turns backwards, sliding tackle, and it's a throw-in to Scotland. And the coach of Manica Diamonds not happy, but Tondera Indiraya obviously still directing his players. He's asking for maximum concentration. Chueta comes backwards into for a throw in. Burwira long clearance, and this one goes out of play. Mreremba given the full 90 minutes by Tondera Indiraya. 3 minutes played and the referee has blown to end the match here at Rufaro Stadium. Indeed a good match for Scotland. The performance was good, but maybe the end result did not match what they did on the field of play. They had so many chances, but they couldn't beat the goalkeeper, Tedious Baye, who was only beaten after 3 minutes by Walter Msona. Walter Msona has since been substituted, and Tondera Indiraya has picked up 3 points. That means that Scotland are now top of the log by a point from Simba Bora, who are on national duty in Swaziland. Singizi Hotspur is the team that they are playing in the African Champions League preliminary rounds, and very soon we'll be going down to the touchline to join.
So Maviravira are on top of the Premiership in Zimbabwe by just 1 point. Remember, Simba Bora Chinuchedu are not active this weekend locally because they will be playing out of the country in Eswatini to take on Nsingizini in the CAF Champions League preliminary round. And if you remember, the two experts, both Liverpool supporters here, Becky Nyoni, Coach Beck said focus 2-1 for Maviravira Chibanzi Chaenda, and Joseph Mkani had forecast a 1-1 draw. Chibanzi Chaenda. So no more smiles. No more smiles. Right. What we are going to do is just going back to Mbiles, to Rufaro Stadium, to get the feelings of the two coaches, Stanza and Scolari. We'll be talking to you after those interviews.
You came up a bit too late looking for that equalizer, and Nelson Charger denying you what looks like an equalizer in the dying moments.
Yeah, a bit too late, you are right, and a very poor first half, I must say, where we gifted them a very soft goal. We should have done better in that situation, dealing with the situation. And second half, yes, the fighting spirit now there, and we looked very dangerous each time we got up front, and unfortunately we couldn't convert the chances that we created.
Yeah, I'm sure in the first half it was high press being employed by Scotland there, which forced into those comical areas, which resulted in that goal. And I think maybe the goalkeeper was a bit flat-footed when that goal was taken by Walter Msona.
Very flat-footed, you are right, and we should have done better. 2 mistakes. There is no one who went to press the ball carrier, and the goalkeeper stuck on his line, and it made matters worse. That's how we conceded.
Thank you very much, coach, and better luck next time in your bid to fight relegation in the next matches. We wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
I'm now joined by Coach Stanza, Tondera Indiraya. Congratulations, Coach, for the 3 points.
Thank you very much, Willie.
Yeah, you are now on top of the log because Simba Bora is inactive this week, and we wish them all the best in their trip to face Singizini's Hotspurs in Eswatini. What a tough match you have. Early pressure, high line, high pressing, and you forced them into those areas and you scored an early goal, which is exactly what you wanted according to your game plan, but unfortunately you could not get the second goal.
Yeah, I think the plan really worked well. Like I said, we had to take a risk, and the risk worked for us. We had to play all our stars, the national team players, and then in the end, Walter Msona gave us that all-important goal. Apart from going forward, I thought in the first half we could have also scored more if we were clinical in front of goal. But my fear was on the defensive side of the game. Knowledge Msona was very important for us today. Not just his influence on our play, but he's a leader. He really gave us much control of the game, especially in midfield, and that gave the team the control that we needed, and we are very happy for his contribution, and then of course the efforts of all the players, and then of course our fans are behind us. We are happy to be on top of the long.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach. We wish you all the best in your next matches as you gun for the championship in the final run. And I agree 100% with Coach Chandra. I acknowledge Msona today is defensive rest as we are crossing back to the...
Right. So that's how it all came together for Coach Tondirai Stanza Ndiraya. Well, thanks for watching. It just leaves me to thank our two experts from ZBC TV Sports. That's first Coach Bex Bekinyoni. Yes, Coach, we hope to see you again soon.
Thank you.
And of course, the other men from Liverpool, Joseph Nkani. It's always a pleasure when you're around.
Always a pleasure to be here, CNN, and good evening to our viewers, wherever you're watching from. Congratulations, Scotland, for 3 points.
That's right. Okay. Tomorrow, we are back, but not local. We will be bringing you live the game from Stamford Bridge between Chelsea and Brighton and Hove Albion at 4 p.m., but we'll be on air at about 3:30 p.m. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing here on ZBC TV from everyone at the ZBC TV Sports crew behind the scenes, fronted by our producers, Bevan Shenurai, Stuart Shoriwa, Tinashe Manyoni, and Gina Kwanzura. Yes, we say, remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. I'm Charles, legendary CNN Mabika. Until we meet again, it's bye-bye for now.
Welcome to another exciting show of your show, The Power of Education. I'm your host, Clement Lizio. In this show, we discuss anything education. We discuss the developmental effects of education. We discuss the transformative power of education. We discuss how education shapes our society, how education shapes development, and what are the challenges that we face in actually providing for education as a nation. And, we continue with our series where we look at the heritage-based curriculum. And today, we are looking at a very, very, exciting and interesting subject area where we look at issues to do with balancing our roots and the future. Tichiteerera tainzwa vana vachivaura vachitaura nezvekuti kuziva chivanhu chedu, kuziva zvinhu zvedu, hunhu hwedu hunovaka sei ramangwana. To discuss this issue, I'm yet again joined by Mr. Blessing Chabikwa, and Mr. Blessing Chabikwa is the man who is behind the curriculum, the man who was running around. He's a deputy director in terms of curriculum development and technical service within the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education. Welcome back to the show, Mr. Chabikwa.
Thank you, Clemens. It's my pleasure to be at this platform where we discuss the realities of the heritage-based curriculum. Understanding that the heritage-based curriculum does not say no to STEM. Also relating our values, our culture to technology as one thing in the teaching and learning process.
Mr. Abiko, let's get straight into it. Today we are a bit philosophical. We want to understand, how do we balance our roots and the future? How does the heritage-based curriculum ensure that we balance our roots and the future, our roots and technology?
Thank you so much, Clemens. I know that the generality of people always divorce our roots and technology. Our roots are regarded as something ancient, that is non-technological, extremist think is even evil. But we are here to say that our education is heritage-based. I have since said that this means it is based in our heritage. We've defined our heritage as the resources that we have, which does not only end with the language and our history, though those are very critical components, but also encompasses our natural endowments, our human resource. And I remember explaining last time that it also includes our technology is part of our heritage. So we want to remove this false dichotomy that heritage is not technological. Heritage, from our framework, it is part of our technology. I'll explain it this way, that we want the technological developments to reflect on our heritage. How can we be technologically strong when we are coming from what we've defined as our technology? What are the things that we can do? I believe that learners who understand the technologies in mining, if they do know how we used to mine.
To do mining.
If they were to improve, they're improving from what they've inherited, what they know. If they're to improve infrastructure development, the houses that we have today, they must be able to improve from the technology that they used. Izo zia Clemens, nungo dzinodhumana. Azvizi chivanhu, technology. Kuti imbase ichita nungo dzinodhumana, technology. If we are to improve, we must improve from there. If we are to improve irrigation, we must understand how were we irrigating before. Then we are taking from what we inherited into something modern, is something technology. But even that which we develop becomes our heritage too. So if we are going to come up with a technological development in irrigation from Zimbabwe, from our schools, it becomes part of our heritage.
So in other words, Mr. Chabikwa, you are saying, let's say it's our agriculture, we should improve from what we were practicing as a people. We should improve from what we were practicing as the great people of the great Zimbabwe. If it is mining, kupfura kwataita kuya, you are actually saying we should improve from there. And if I hear you correctly, you are actually saying the heritage-based curriculum is actually focused on that.
Exactly. See, whatever we are doing today will one day be ancient. Investments in technological development